Cross Stitch World. I'm Tracy, the Fresh Coast Stitcher, and today's Friday, April 24th. If this is your first time watching, welcome and thank you. If you like my video, go ahead and subscribe and like it. And if you've been watching, thank you. I appreciate you coming back for more. So how's everybody doing? We're doing really good with one exception. I think Kelly's thing that makes him feel better right now is baking. So I've been eating a lot. He made peanut butter cookies last week and I'm pretty sure I ate about 18 of them. He made peach pie this week and it was phenomenal, and there's still some left and I just have to force myself not to eat it because I love it warm with some vanilla ice cream on top. So good. And then he also made thumbprint cookies. So we've got those, and he's been cooking a lot. So it's just been like nonstop eating. I literally made myself sick the other day, like physically ill, because I ate too many baked goods. And I've been really inactive. So those two things combined, somebody said to me the other day, we went from 10,000 steps a day to 10,000 calories. And that feels really true and accurate, but not a good thing. So my goal over this next week is to get more active again. I used to get between 10 and 15,000 steps every single day when I was going to work instead of working from home. And now I get maybe 4,000 steps a day if I'm lucky. That's making an effort. So I'm going to be more active. I'm going to try to eat better. We have fresh fruits and vegetables in the house, but why would I want to eat them when there's thumbprint cookies and peach pie? So there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do better on that this next week. So oh, and if anybody has a Fitbit, I have a Fitbit. So if anybody watching has a Fitbit and wants to be Fitbit friends and encourage each other to be more active, go ahead and find me. I'm trying to think the best way to do that. I don't know what my Fitbit username is. It's under the email address Tracy, Tracy 1976 @gmail.com. So you can find me that way. But yeah, send me a friend request and we can be Fitbit friends and try to encourage each other a little bit. So before I've got my notes. I'm sorry, I just keep looking at those. So before I jump into showing you guys what I've been up to this week, I got a question from my video last week about linen and what my biggest tip is to working with linen. Now, I am by no means an expert on linen. So just keep that in mind as I give you advice on this. The biggest thing that I found when I first started stitching on linen, when I went from Aida to linen, was that Aida is really forgiving. You can tug on it, you can pull on it, you can pull the threads hard, and it doesn't really hurt it at all. It doesn't disfigure it or whatever at all. Linen is not like that. When I learned really quickly that when I pulled my threads through the hole, you don't want to pull it tight like you do on Aida. You just kind of want to be really gentle about it. And then the other thing that I kind of struggled with at first, because I had only stitched on Aida before I started on linen, was the stitching over 2 threads. Usually I do 2 threads over 2 threads on the linen. Well, on the 35 and 36 count linens, that's what I've done. When I try 40 count someday, I might only do 1 thread over 2. But anyway, so with Aida, you just do 2 threads over 1 usually. And so you're just going from 1 square to 1 square. And on linen and even weaves, typically you do, especially on the higher counts, you do over 2. So I'm probably not explaining this very well, but so you'd go over 2 holes, I guess. I don't know. I'm not explaining it very well, but I'm sure that there's tutorials and stuff out there that explain it a lot better than I do, because I'm kind of annoying myself at this. But yeah, so to the person who asked, my biggest tip is just be really gentle when you pull your thread through. That was the biggest thing that I had learned. So let's talk about cross stitch. I finished Snow House. I don't remember what day I finished this because they all feel the same. May have been Sunday or Monday. But Snow House is finished. And I posted this on Instagram too. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm Fresh Coast Stitcher there as well. My account is private. You'll have to ask me to accept you, just because I get a lot of really weird requests from people who obviously are not stitchers and are like possibly might not even be real people. But so it's private, but I'll accept you if you send me a friend request. So Snow House is done. Like I said before, I changed the colors of the house. I didn't bring the pattern up here to show you the difference, but on the actual charted pattern, it is like a yellowish gold color, and the roof is brown, and around the windows is gold. So I changed all of that. Not sure when I'm going to fully finish this because, like I've said before, I don't have a lot of finishing materials, so a lot of it will just have to wait till after COVID. So my Saturday start last week was Miss Mary Mack, and I got a pretty good start on this. I didn't iron this, so it's wrinkly, but I got part of the border done, so I know that it matches, which is always satisfying. But yeah, and I don't remember what this linen is, and I didn't write it down, so it'll be in the description if you want to know. It's not the called for, I know that, but it'll be in the description. And I really enjoyed working on this. Like I said, last week or the week before, I love stitching on linen now. That'll probably mostly be my go-to for anything other than full coverage pieces. So then I had spun Camping at the Mountains on the Tiny Decisions wheel last week, so pulled that out, and this is what that'll look like when it's done. And I kicked butt on this, you guys. Oh my goodness. Look at how much I got done. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, so I ran out of this side. I ran out of this color orange. I think it's 972 maybe. So there's a little space there, and this tree are in that color, so I can't finish those. But yeah, all I've got left is like that much. So I think I'm probably just gonna keep stitching on this until it's done, minus that color that I'm missing. And what I've been doing lately is, as I get close to running out of a color, or I do run out of a color of thread, I just go right onto 1, 2, 3 stitch and throw it in my cart. And then once I have a few in there, then I place an order for all of them. 1, 2, 3 stitches out of DMC 972, which was weird because it doesn't seem like it's like, I don't know, it's just yellow. It doesn't make it that popular of a color. But anyway, I'll finish this as much as I can before I pull out something else. So I spun the Tiny Decisions wheel this morning, and Garden Charm came up. So this is the pattern. You can really see my gray. I should color my hair. I usually get my hair highlighted. I dye all of my hair myself, and then my hairdresser highlights it for me. But that can't happen, and I desperately need a haircut. My hair it's getting out of control. But anyway, back to cross stitch. So this is one that I'm stitching for my mother-in-law, and this is what it'll look like. This is a dimensions chart, and it's got some cute little charms that go with it. So this is where I was when I put it down last. I didn't get a very big start, but this was like a day's worth of work. This was a Saturday start when I was doing that every Saturday. So is it focusing? Yeah, so that's how much I got done last time, which was probably in February or March, I'm thinking. So those are basically my plans for this week. I've been watching a lot of Flosstube, and the common theme throughout pretty much everybody's floss tubes is that everybody just wants to start everything. And I kind of am feeling opposite. I want to finish things. So like once I get really going on something, I just want to finish it right now. So that's just kind of what I'm rolling with. And I realized today that part of that might be because I just don't have a lot of fabric stash. So, or floss, because a lot of it's in other projects and I can't keep track of what's where to pull it back out, and it's 50 cents. So I just go buy more normally. But if I had like all of the patterns that I owned, if they had fabric and I had thread for them, I would probably want to start all the things too. But really right now, other than WIPs, the only things that I have that I could start right now are the kits that I'm going to do for Mania. So I don't want to start those because those are for Mania. So I'll talk about haul, and I'm going to talk about haul right now. That's where I'm at. So I do have, okay, let me back up. I'm getting scattered. Okay, so let me show you what came in this week. I've got things, I'd ordered some stuff over the last little bit, and it's just kind of straggling in. So this is the only thing that actually came in this week, was The Long and Winding Road by Blackbird Designs. And this is one of the Magical Mystery Tour pieces. There are 6 total pieces in the Magical Mystery Tour. So I have this one, and I have Octopus's Garden, and I have Blackbird. And I ordered from 123 Stitch last week. I ordered, or exactly a week ago yesterday, I ordered Strawberry Fields, Eleanor Rigby, and Yellow Submarine. So once that order comes in, I'll have the whole series. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now I had placed that order along with the fabric for Suffrage Act, or not Suffrage Act. Where'd that come from? I finished that a month ago. Anyway, Seeking Refuge, the fabric for Seeking Refuge, and all of the flosses for it, and those other 3 patterns I ordered last week, a week ago yesterday, which was Thursday, and 123 Stitch has not even shipped it yet. I got notification that they are saying they will ship it on Monday, but they are so busy, you guys. When I was I should have known that this was going to happen, because when I was placing the order, it would take probably 2 or 3 minutes for the page to load every time I added something to my cart. And my Wi-Fi at home was running just fine. So I think everybody in the country was ordering stuff from 123 Stitch at that time, and it was just really slowing things down. So they are shorter staffed because they're trying to practice social distancing with their employees, and they're swamped. They're so busy. So it's just taking a long time. So I'm trying really hard to be patient. So that is all supposed to ship on Monday. Also on Monday, the back-ordered Mary Needleworker pattern is supposed to ship, and then the fabric for that is supposed to ship on May 1st. So as soon as that comes, that will be a Mania start too. But you know, it'll be here when it gets here, and I can't do anything to speed it up, and there's no point in getting upset about it. It just is what it is. But I did thank you to Becky from her Flosstube channel, is Getting Stitchy with It, and I'm trying to remember what her Instagram name is. I just forgot. Sorry, Becky. It'll be down below, because her Instagram name's different than her Flosstube name. But she is one of the people with Bree and, oh my goodness, what is wrong with my head? Kimberly, with Bree and Kimberly, who started the Mary Needleworker sale. So, which is Friends of Mary, hashtag Friends of Mary sale. So anyway, where am I going? Okay, so I had contacted her. Normally I don't use fancy flosses. You guys know that. I'm a DMC girl all the way. Well, I'm really liking the variegation that's showing up by using that I'm seeing from everybody else who's using the fancy floss for the skirt on Mary Needleworker. And so I had reached out to Becky and asked her if she could tell me what that color is so that I could order it. So she did, and I did. So that should be here on Monday, I think. So once everything comes in, I can start it. Yay. So I want to do a couple of shout outs. What's going on? So I just mentioned Becky from Becky Getting Stitchy With It. I just started watching her this last week and binge watched all of her videos. She's fairly new and she is amazing. Her stitching, she's only been stitching for, what did she say? Less than a year. She's been stitching for less than a year and her stitching is beautiful. Her finishes are absolutely gorgeous and she is just so joyful and pleasant to watch. She has a fantastic attitude. She's very upbeat. Yeah, I've just really enjoyed it, and I've really enjoyed making a new friend. So it just, I don't know, it just feels good to make a new friend, especially right now. So thank you, Becky. You made my day by being my new friend. And then I also started watching, I'm probably gonna say this wrong, Ardith Design. It's Ardith, and she's really great too. I feel like she has quite a few videos. I don't remember now. I just watched one of her videos. I just discovered her yesterday. I was watching, how did I find her? Oh, I know. I saw on It's Kismet Stitcher's Instagram story that she had, she took a picture of when she was watching Ardith Design on YouTube and posted it and said something about that she had given a history of cross stitch, and I thought I want to listen to a history of cross stitch. So I stalked until I figured out who it was, because she didn't say what the name was, so I just stalked her until I figured out who it was. And I started watching her newest video, but didn't get through the whole thing because life and family happened. So I'm hoping to finish watching that, but she is so much fun. She is just really, again, really upbeat. She's giggly. She's funny. Her stitching is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, so go check her out too. So, I'm looking at my notes, make sure I didn't forget anything. I didn't. That's it. Short and sweet, under 20 minutes. Holy moly. So rather than ramble, because I've done that enough for the last few minutes, I'm just gonna get off here and go see what the fam is doing and maybe work on camping at the mountains a little bit more. So you guys have a fantastic weekend. Have a great stitchy week. Wash your hands, stay inside, do all the things you're supposed to do, keep it fresh, and I love you guys.